At the moment, there is a great distance still to travel. We're about 15% of greenhouse gas cuts on the table. We need to get to 25% to avoid 2 degrees warming. And I think Kevin Rudd will play a very significant role here. He's a diplomat. He's been working those phones to over 30 leaders, and it's like Kevin's playing on home ground here. He understands the UN has a home ground advantage. Yeah, absolutely. Australia, though a middle power, really does hit above its weight here. And we have been seen to be the last country that came in to sign the Kyoto Protocol when, after really 8 wasted years under Bush, we were out there with Bush and came in. That gave great hope and momentum. So yeah, Australia is watched and looked to.
And Australia is the chair of one of the umbrella groups, and so it is very important what they, how they negotiate. And from a local government point of view, we're definitely happy with the support Australia has given to the inclusion of local government and cities into the text.
Well, certainly they're scratching their heads and they're puzzled when Tony Abbott describes Copenhagen a bit like Munich, appeasement. Let me tell you, 198 countries here are all on the same page. They are saying this is the greatest moral challenge for the 21st century. So those comments in that almost small box debate in Australia is puzzling, particularly because they know that we are the only country that didn't go into recession. We therefore should be one of the countries able to shoulder the burden of what's got to be a global burden to reduce greenhouse gases.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of talk in the queues and around the coffee tables around what's happening in Australia, and they are hoping Australia will do what they can for a fair and legally binding agreement at the end of this week.
We certainly know that it's simply wrong to say this is a left-wing conspiracy. Governments of all persuasions, 198 here, all see this as the moral challenge. And when Nick says this is the left wing trying to roll back industrialisation, he's just wrong. The growth of new jobs, of a low-carbon growing economy, is what the world is focusing on. Chinese businessmen are saying, we don't care what our government does. We see a low-carbon economy is where all the future growth is. We're investing, we're going for it.
Yeah, there's 1,300 local government cities here at the moment.
Absolutely through the national prism. But when you get here, you realise this is a global challenge, needing a global ethic. Every country has to agree on everything, which is why the UN processes are just so extraordinarily complex. And 3-year electoral cycles running on fear, you know, we don't want to see our energy prices go up. When you get here, they're a nonsense. The world is actually saying all of us have to shoulder the burden, and we've got to get a deal that's an international political paradigm.
And if I can say one thing from an Australian local government point of view, according to ICLEI, we have 80% of the Australian population is signed up to councils who have made commitment to a greater than 20% target decrease in their footprint. So that alone should send a positive message to the Australian population, to the Australian government, that local government is already acting on climate change. We're already reaching higher targets than what's on the table, and there are 1,300 local government representatives here at Copenhagen hoping to get that message across, that we can already act on greater targets than what's on the table. To be absolutely honest, Tracy, I have not left the Bella Centre. I've been here from 7 AM till 8 PM. I don't know about shoe shopping in Copenhagen. And we're not for calling sick. Thank you, bye.
A pleasure. See ya.